This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Thanks, Drew.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody.
You're back.
Lost track of some days here.
How
It's
was
Thursday.
it?
It was great. Good times. Good times.
You had a good
little
time?
Palm Springs, a little LA, a lot of fun.
Oh.
Good times.
Was it salt?
No, I sprinkled some fun on top.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
You were
I'm
confused.
super jealous, but yes, I'm glad you're back, man.
Maybe people at Hallmark. All right, here. Jerry Seinfeld is raising some eyebrows over some comments he made in a recent interview. So to give this a little more context, he was having a conversation with journalist Barry Weiss about his movie Unfrosted, which is set in the 1960s. And Jerry mentioned some of the things he misses from that era. Let's take a look.
I've always wanted to be a real man. I never made it. But I really thought when I was in that era, again, it was JFK, it was Muhammad Ali, it was Sean Connery, Howard Cosell. You can go all the way down there. That's a real man. I want to be like that someday. Well, no. I miss a dominant masculinity. Yeah, I get the toxic thing. I get it. I get it. But still, I like a real man.
All right, so I get what he's saying to an extent, right? Because there's a spectrum of what you think masculine is.
Right.
We're kind of old school, Al. What do you think masculine? What is that to you?
You know, we have talked many times about how we have turned into weeping buckets of fathers. With anything your kid does, you're crying all the time. And you said, Jordan, nothing. My ex-wife is like, I'm hysterical. You know, so the idea of what a man is, I think, is going to, obviously, in the eye of the beholder. And also, if you're trying to stir something up on YouTube, you're going to be a little bit more provocative. But I'm always like, are you a person that provides protection for the people that you love? In any way that is. And a lot of times that will be emotional. A lot of times that will be, you know, I learned, how to do makeup because I wanted to connect with my daughter more and get into fashion because I wanted to connect with her. I don't think that makes me more or less masculine. It was really selfish. I just want to connect with my daughter more. So I think if you're worried about if you're being a real man, you're missing the point. You should, your instinct is your true God and you should follow that.
I don't know. My father and my husband are both at least my father growing up with my mother was very caregiving. So when you say that, I think a real man supports. I don't know how to say that. It can mean different things to you. Financial, it could mean I support you in your dream. It can mean, but when I grew up, my grandfather, my husband, my father, they supported. So to me, I don't care if you're dominant or not dominant or introverted or extroverted. If you support your partner, that's a real man to me. That's what a real man means.
I think people just need to get comfortable with the idea that there are going to be people who understand you and people who are going to be committed to misunderstanding you, no matter what you say or do. Obviously, right now, Jerry Seinfeld, R.I.P. Jerry Seinfeld has been under a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah.
So anything he says at this point is going to be heavily scrutinized. I was mentioning that I was on Al's podcast with Corinne Kaplan.
My safe word is more. Thank you for coming on. You were wonderful.
Thank you. And it was fun to talk so openly in a long form format, unlike what we do here. And at one point I made a comment about, well, because I want a real man. And when I heard it back, I was like, oh, well, that seems like problematic. But also it's not, because I meant what I said.
Yeah.
I meant what I said, meaning what the context of what we were talking about in that moment was, I want a man as a partner who is going to put me on the inside of the street when we're walking. I want someone who is going to ensure my safety in certain situations. I want someone who's looking at the projection of our future and saying, this is where we're going. I want someone who knows how to lead. Does he have to lead all the time? No. But to me, that's what I want in my man. And I think for whatever works for people is 100% fine. It's when we say that one person is kind of the keeper of definitions is when we get into trouble. Like, when else in my life would I be like, not sure what a real man is. Let me ask Jerry Seinfeld. I wouldn't. But there are people.
What's the deal with real men?
There are people who might feel that way, and that's okay. Like,
And that
it
was his
really
opinion,
is.
and he was expressing it.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
That's why I said I agree with him on the spectrum,
Right.
because it's different to every person. To me now, I think when you're younger, you know, defending your woman, that's a real man. Taking care of your lawn is a real man now.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I
Man.
mean? If your lawn has brown spots and it's overgrown, you're a loser, dude. Take care of that lawn.
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
I go to Home Depot at 7 o'clock on a Saturday, packed.
Dude, people
it is packed.
know my name there.
Yes.
It's super embarrassing and wonderful. All right, moving on. Nicole Kidman is getting hot and heavy with Zac Efron in a new movie called Family Affair. The two play lovers, much to the disapproval of Nicole's on-screen daughter. Let's take a look.
This is madness, right? Yeah, this is your mom and your boss, who you hate. It's weird. Mom?
Zara, if you can hear me, name the movie I won a Teen Choice Award for.
All
I
right.
think she's fine.
I went a little crazy. I'm allowed, right?
I've been waiting for you forever.
Is that a line from a movie?
Yeah.
This is just getting worse by the minute.
I like it. All right, this is the latest film about an older woman falling for a much younger man. Earlier this month, Anne Hathaway starred in The Idea of You, a similar story about how her romance with a much younger boy band star caused tension with her daughter.
Yeah, I saw that.
You didn't like that one?
No. It was sweet. It was innocent. But here's the look. I think the age thing is fine. I get it. But it's just frustrating to me when Anne Hathaway and Nicole Kidman are like, "Oh, I'm so old," when like no real 40-year-old or 56-year-old or whatever looks like that. Do you know what I'm saying? They're
Right,
like,
but 56-year-olds still have interactions. with people
absolutely.
20
It's just silly how they're like, "Oh, I'm so old. No one's gonna want me." I'm like, "You're Nicole Kidman and Anne Hathaway." It's hard to believe. But I will say, Nicole and Zach starred together in The Paperboy in 2012. Just letting everybody know. That fact.
Okay. I will say this, Tori. I would like to see one of these movies really take aim at the sons or daughters that have a problem with this. And I'll tell you why. Your parents sacrifice a good chunk of their like fun youth, their late 20s, their 30s, 40s. After you're a grown-up, mama's business, dad's business is not your business anymore.
Even if it's your
Yes,
boss?
it is.
Erica, talk to me.
Yes, first of all, great point. It was the daughter's boss, which is a major boundary cross.
Yeah.
You don't do that without having a conversation. That's just disrespectful.
There's other jobs out
Respect goes both ways. Secondly, that's spoken like someone who has never actually experienced that. As someone who is very close to someone who experienced their parent having a relationship with someone who was our age. I don't know if that parent ever thought of the destruction that was going to happen, because you can have all the respect in the world for your child and not want anything nefarious, but how is that person, especially when they're in their 20s, going to treat your child when they're dating their mother or their father?
Well, no matter what age, if you're mistreating my child, you're out of here.
But that's the thing. When you're talking about people who are younger, there isn't necessarily that whole portfolio of work of where you learn how to respect. So I disagree with you on that.
I think a 27-year-old Erica, if I was dating you, if I was 47 in this other world,
You don't.
I don't think you would
You don't know
misjudge.
anything about 27-year-old Erica.
All right,
You really don't.
28-year-old.
Not based on who's sitting here right now. You have
Would
no
you have
idea.
disrespected my children?
I don't know what 27-year-old Erica would have done, because 27-year-old Erica did not know thyself.
Well, at
Don't
what
have
point
a
do you get
follow-up. Don't have a follow-up.
At what point do you get your life back? At what point do you get your life back? That we can go to break. That's all I want to know. When do you get your life back as a parent?
Think about it at home. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Designer Alexander Wang is being trolled online over his latest fashion campaign. He's promoting his 100% certified authentic Rico bag by using celebrity lookalikes. He used Ariana Grande, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and Kylie Jenner. Oh, wow, I peeked up for a second. That looked just like Ariana Grande. They're all impersonators, but some people online called the campaign lazy and said it makes the bags look cheap. Also, it makes it look like you're just not paying those celebrities.
I think it's cool. Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of clear that they're not the person, and the bag tagline is like 100% authentic. So it's this idea, I think, if it's an art piece, which I think it is, it's like we all online are kind of copies of each other, and we're just copying little other copies of each other. And what the bag is like saying is like, this is the real thing. This is what is really authentic. It's a satire. It's a parody on celebrity, needing the it bag. I think it's clever.
The girl on the left is the fake, right?
Correct, yeah. Now, Ariana Grande is sued Forever 21 before in about 2018 for a lookalike, and Kim Kardashian sued in 2012 for $20 million against The Gap for an Old Navy commercial that featured a lookalike of her. Everyone's saying, like, are they going to sue? Are they going to sue?
Do you know the results of those lawsuits?
No,
I was curious about this.
Forever 21 went bankrupt, so the lawsuit was put on hold. In 2012, Kim did win the $20 million out of the lawsuit against The Gap, and she settled, excuse me, I should say. Bette Midler even sued for Ford Motor Company for impersonating her voice. But there are protections. There's parody laws, there's satire laws. That's how you have drag queens dressed up like Dolly Parton, or you have SNL where they are dressed up like that. So it skews the line.
But overall, you think it was a good promotion?
I think it's brilliant.
This kind of lost me a little bit, Cobb, because you know, as a consumer, you got 30 seconds to reach me, especially somebody that might be getting a bag for my girl. I don't know what I'm buying. If I can't get a hold of you or Sam, I'm like, I don't know, is this a good bag? So when I look and I'm like, your ad campaign it's close, but it's a knockoff, no shade to the impersonator, I would assume that the bag is a knockoff bag. That's me as an ignorant consumer.
Yeah, I think in this case, because it's such an aesthetic company, like obviously you're dealing with fashion, and people who are looking at fashion are also very scrutinizing about depictions. So I would actually, even though I may not have any interest in the Alexander Wang bag in theory, I would stop and view this advertisement because I want to see how close to the original they actually are. And then I'm looking at the bag secondary. So I think in terms of like stopping and getting people's attention, it's got to be a good
I think that's
marketing
90% of it.
Yeah.
I always say, like, you got to get somebody to stop. If you want to talk to them, you got to get us to stop and look. So it's a good point.
How about the ego booster to those actors?
Oh, right.
Like, Janet thinks she's Kim Kardashian. Now she just booked a commercial being Kim Kardashian. Like, I'm not talking to Janet. Coming up on DBL, we're chatting with actress Jane Krakowski. She's sharing what it's been like working with Tina Fey during her career.
Welcome back. Name That Tune has been a game show staple for over 70 years. Throughout all those years, it's never had a host with as much prestige and pizzazz as Jane Krakowski. Earlier, we caught up with her to talk all about her hosting this timeless classic. Take a look. Please welcome to DBL, Jane Krakowski.
Good to have you here, Jane. Let's jump right in. Name That Tune is returning for a new season. So I want to know, that's right, congratulations on that.
Yes.
Are you good at recognizing songs yourself? Because I use Shazam. Is that cheating?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It really depends what genre and what decade the song was from.
Exactly. What do you think the hardest tune, like you kind of just mentioned, is to name?
The hardest tune. Well, I think one of the ones that always confound me are the ones that are songs we know really, really well, and then people can't get them when they're live on our set, which I have complete compassion for and empathy for, because it is very difficult when the lights are on and so much money is at stake. But one of the funniest ones to me was Michelle Williams was on, the great singer, obviously from Destiny's Child. And she had about 8 notes, and it was very obvious that the song was our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. And she could not get it. And then once we told her what the answer was, she was like, I just sang that last weekend.
At least it wasn't a Destiny's Child song.
Obviously knew it so well, but could not get it. Sometimes the easiest ones stump us.
That's tricky.
Yeah, that's crazy, because now, like, she cannot go to a sporting event because she's like, how did I not get this?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know.
I wanted to ask you, because, I mean, you can do it all. You sing, you dance, you even do acrobatics. So what's something you look back, and I know we all have done different things throughout our career, and you just say to yourself, wow, I can't believe I did that?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I can't believe I did that every time I get a new job, so that I'm thrilled with that. But you know what? I think I have a lot of moxie in myself, so I like to push myself and try new things. So for me, when I get to, say, fly on a trapeze in a roll or something like that, I love getting to go to the lessons and learn how to do it and have that chance to try doing all of those things. To me, that's always the fun of all of this. So. I probably could say that with almost every job. I mean, my first Broadway show was on roller skates, and I'd really only roller skated prior to that at preteen birthday parties in New Jersey. So, you know, give me a task, I'm going to try to learn it.
Love it. A lot of moxie. I like that. So you've been nominated for 5 Emmys for playing characters Tina Fey has written for you. I wondered if you had the most insane idea she has pitched to you that didn't make it on a show. Was there one that was so insane?
No, I think we did most of the insane ones.
Did you always say yes to what she pitched? Were you just like, yes and, yes and?
Yes, and. Well, that is obviously the answer I should be giving in comedy, and especially improv comedy. But I did really trust her and Robert Carlock, our creators. And I think what was genius about what they did, especially for my character of Jenna Maroney, was that we were living in basically a farce, a farcical land of their NBC, right? That the show took place in. And so because Jenna knew nothing, her moral compass is skewed, and she could really get away with anything because she didn't really know anything. She didn't know right from wrong. And I think that gives the character great liberty to go as far as possible.
That's true.
You know, looking back now, it had its time and place, and I think the game has changed slightly. I don't think 30 Rock could be on the air now as it was.
I agree, but it was still a great show.
Great show.
Yeah.
Thinking about, talking about going back, I was watching the original Vacation the other day and completely forgot you were the original cousin Vicky. What was it like?
Yeah.
You mentioned working with Tina Fey. How about those comedy legends? What was that like on your first movie?
I know. It was a great place to start. The great Harold Ramis was our director, Chevy Chase, Randy Quaid. I mean, the people were the top of their game in comedy at the time. And I think that really was one of the things that shifted my direction more towards the comedy world. But I was so lucky to get to play with those guys. And I learned a lot. I actually learned like how much they brought to the table, how much they improvised versus what was in the script. It was a great place to start. And I'm awkwardly going through puberty on the screen as you watch it.
Cousin Vicky. Well, we cannot wait for Name That Tune. Thank you so much, Jane. DBL Nation, do not miss Name That Tune. The new season starts June 3rd on Fox.
And also don't not wait for Tori to use the double negative.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't not interrupt again. Thank you so much. Fox, thanks again. We'll be right back.
Yes,
Thanks,
and.
Jan. Yes, and.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Steph, let's go shopping. What do you have for us?
This is the must-have for any home. It's the Sharper Image 2-in-1 Steam Mop. It can be used on all different floor surfaces, hardwood, tile, laminate, and even your carpet.
What?
So normally this is $230.
I'm saying no.
Expensive.
Right.
We've got it for $49.99, saving 78%. Next up, we have the Heidi & Oak phone crossbody with a touchscreen window. You can also take off this cute little adjustable strap and then it'll become a clutch, which I really like. And the best part of this is, as you can see just here, there's a see-through touchscreen window. So you can pop your phone inside and then you can use it whilst it's tucked away. Normally, this is $40.
Okay.
We've got it for $15. That's saving 63%. Next up, we've got the Motorola Bluetooth speaker with a wireless charging pad. This doorbuster deal includes one speaker, so not only can you play your favorite songs, but it works as a wireless charging pad for your devices. And you can make hand-free phone calls with it too.
What?
This doorbuster deal is always super popular. We have a limit of these, 3 per customer. Normally it's $60, Tori.
That's not bad for all of that.
I know, but we've got it for 20.
Oh,
That's saving 67%.
Ooh, I likey.
And then last but definitely not least today, we have got Cuisinart 11-piece Smart Nest stainless steel cookware set.
I love this.
The pans have interior measurement markings, they're dishwasher safe, and are oven safe up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
This set comes with the lid organizer rack too. So normally this 11-piece set is $600.
I mean, that makes it's Cuisinart, y'all.
We've got it for $149.99. That's saving 75%.
Head on over to morningsave.com, y'all, to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. Or you can scan the QR code. It's right on screen, and it will take you directly to all these products on Morning Save's website. Couldn't be easier. Thank you so much, Steph.
All right, in honor of Jane Krakowski, we don't have time. We were going to play Name That Tune for you, Tori.
Oh,
It was your shot.